Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I now want to explain number 6, example 2, something to do with inverse proportions. And as you have been following in the text, in the PowerPoint, you have heard that inverse proportion can also be a relationship of two variables. Or rather, two variables can also be relating inversely. And I want to use this example to explain how the two variables relate. And the question goes like the emergency services are planning to pump out a flooded area. And the number of pumps needed, N, is inversely proportional to the time taken in days. The number of pumps needed, N, is inversely proportional to time in days. Every time you hear about inversely proportion, there is a fraction involved. And again, we talk about 1 over D, inversely proportionality. N is inversely proportional to the number of days. Again, the symbol of proportionality is always substituted by equals to K. So we can rewrite the whole relationship in terms of N is equals to K over D. And therefore, K is equals to, after you cross multiply, you will find ND. But now we want to pick up the details to see, we are told that it takes 6 days using 2 pumps. The number of days is 6 and the number of pumps is N is 2. So 2 is inversely proportional to 6. And of course, you can now see the value of K, which is easily 2 times 6, which is 12. Now, going back to the questions part A of the question, how long will it take using 4 pumps? Now, how long will it take using 4 pumps? Now, in this case, N is equals to 4, so D is what we are looking for. So, if N is 4 is equals to, now the K is 12 out of 6, out of D, rather, the number of days, because we are talking about how long will it take. Now, you can already see that if you want to make D the subject of the formula, this is naturally over 1. After cross multiplication, we find that 4D is equals to 12 times 1. So 4D is equals to 12. And dividing both sides by 4, you find that D is equals to 3. So it takes 3 days when using 4 pumps. Now, part B of the question. Part B of the question is asking, how many pumps are needed to do the job in 2 days? So it is N, which is to be found, and the number of days is already given as 2. So the same thing, the same relationship. We're talking about N is equals to 12 over the number of days, which is 2. And of course, consulting the calculator, 12 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2 is 6. So we need 6 pumps to do the job in 2 days. So N is equals to 6. And that is just like it. So inversely proportion, that is how to go about. Anytime you hear inverse proportion, remember there's a fraction involved. Thank you.